Here. This is the basement of Lair. You are going to have 3 people downstairs and 2 people upstairs. So I guess first things first, bring your Goyo or a Maluzi. I think Goyo is the best. I think late round, just being able to put like your Goyo here, your Goyo here, and then just pop on late round. I mean, that's just 20 seconds gone right there. But another important thing is your Goyo is going to play in this area because they have like the ACOG for pixels to play like all these angles. So I think that is going to be worth it, but you could also use the exact same Goyo setups that I'm going to show with Maluzi gadgets. So one on this door here, one on that door over there. You're going to have one for your lab rush, so put one just kind of like on the ground right here, so to try and run in with shields. This is also why you play this area, is just try and hit this really quick. You can kind of just pop the Goyo and then calm to your team that they're hitting the backside take fast, and everyone can rotate and get into position for that. So it kind of just gives you time to pull everyone back over to help you. And then your last one is going to be on this doorway for late round. So Goyo's in charge of all of those. It's pretty easy for him to get into position, shoot all of them late round, or shoot that one early round if they are rushing. So you're going to have your Goyo there, or a Maluzi maybe. And then you're going to have a wall denial play in this area. I think this is a very strong advocate for bandit shotgun. Reason being because you can literally stack all of your bandits on this wall, or like keep 3 on this wall and just rotate them, try and trick it and do whatever. Maybe leave 1 on this wall. But you really don't need them anywhere else. It's just you want to keep missile wall closed, so like bandit being able to do that here. And then if you do keep it closed, they are funneled to here, and obviously you have a shotgun. So bandit shotgun, this would be a really good spot to exercise it. Mute, I would say mute would have been like first option here, but hard breach devices don't get muted, which is why I can't recommend that as the first option. Is if they just bring any hard breach device, it's going straight through the mute you would have on the wall. Or else that would have been a great pick. But bandit shotgun here, very strong advocate. You use kid shotgun with the ACOG. That will allow you to kind of just like play your pixels like this. You can come over here and like this way and hold pixels like that if they take over there. I mean, the ACOG, it's nice. So you're gonna have a Cade or a bandit here. Your wall denial playing here. Your third person, I think this is a big Scopos angle. Scopos can make their presence known all the way into warehouse, and then over here in lockers and in barrels. They can kind of just meander around this whole thing. They are not just gonna like hop on their Scopos in here all nilly-willy and just get out of here. I'll show you why you play Scopos later once you go upstairs, but the reason I'm suggesting Scopos is to Scopos out to upstairs. So you want to keep your downstairs guys alive so you can go up and down quickly. So you kind of just, I would kind of play here. They drone this out. Maybe this wall we are leaving soft, so they're gonna get that pretty quick. The reason we're leaving it soft is because it's getting up open no matter what. There's not really a good spot to hide a Cade Claw or anything, or like the bandits arm use isn't gonna keep that closed because of the door right there. So they're getting that. If they really want to push there, they're getting that wall open no matter what. But I would just play in this area. They're going to drone you out. They're going to see what's happening. Just be ready for a breach in the door, maybe a yellow stairs or like your window here. Kind of just shoot drones and then just quickly fall off. This could be like 45 seconds into the round, 30 seconds into the round. You just shoot a little bit of your guns, make it feel like you're holding it. So I get a little scared to just run and take it really quick. And just kind of back off and play this lockers area. You can wrap around barrels, kind of play this a little bit, and kind of just like come over here and scan a little more while they push in, and then kind of back up. Once you back up, I would tuck your Scopos in this area, or I'd tuck it pretty much anywhere in this area. You can give it for your team to play off of. Just get your Scopos back here and then swap, and your Scopos should be like right up here, somewhere in that room. I'll show you that later. But that's your 3 people downstairs. You have your wall denial, your Goyo, and your Scopos And then you're gonna have, the reason this is open is so when people fall off, they can get back to site easier. And it feels scary because they could just jump in the window over here and then they just get an angle into site. But Goyo is going to be playing over there. They can kind of watch it and comment a little bit, and you will have a smoke right here. So they will also be able to watch it and comment. The smoke should have barb. I would put 1 barb at the I get 1 barbed wire at like the bottom of the stairs, so they have to walk all the way down to get it. If you're to play it, that lets you get really aggressive with your shotgun. And I would put 1 piece of barbed wire like in the middle of the hall right here, so you can also, or maybe a little closer to you. I'd place it like right here, so you can kind of play off of it again with your shotgun. If you have that, then you're going to fuck people up with your shotgun. It's going to work really well. And your last person is going to be Izami in the armory. Now you're going to see this hatch is open and this whole wall is reinforced. This is a really good spot to play up here and contest for time. Reason being is the ceiling isn't destructible at all. So they can't just like push you out with the vert in this room as they can in this room. So they're kind of funneled through this door. Maybe if they're really smart, they'll open up armory. But then you can just play back here. In that case, you have your zombie barriers. You can hide zombie off your door. Then you'll just be ready for that. If they're really like pressuring you here, just back up. Just fall off, go downstairs and be like, all right, we stalled for our time. Let's just get out of here, and you can smoke and go downstairs. So just have your smoke kind of cover up your flank as a zombie, and as a zombie, you're just throwing your keys in here and stalling for time. You also have the option of dropping the hatch here. If they kind of flood through over here, like the Goyo calmed, you can sit on the hatch and watch this. Late round, if they do get control of this, you got to be careful because again, they will be able to use this against you, and they can CD rotate right here, which means the only like way for you to safely rotate through sight is that door that I'm barely not able to look at right over there. You see it? That is like the safest way for you to rotate between sites if they do have control up here. So just something to keep in mind. But as I'm in this area, stall for time, back up, smoke in this area just to help out. Back up. If they try and hit this window and jump in, again, you have the smoke. Your boy can come over and help. So to work this window. But then you fall off. Both of them fall off. You reinforce it. You'll have 4 people downstairs, and then that's how you play that. And then I guess some vert to know. This is what I'm seeing a lot of, is ram, just hitting the ram straight across this right here. So it's like kind of opening up like this. You can open this up mid-round if they start like flooding, but I wouldn't open it up like that because it just means they don't have to do it late round. But that cuts off your door over here, and I think, yeah, this right here gives you an angle onto the doorway I was just talking about. So that's like, you tend to ram along this, and that's the line you can watch and cut sight, rotates. If you get this hatch and you have the vert here, then there's no way to get to this spawn site. So gotta be careful of that. So you just kind of play this up here. Maybe you stall for a minute, maybe stall for a minute and a half, and like, all right, let's just give it up, back up, smoke, fall down, reinforce it off. And then your last person, I guess your quote-unquote last person, is really just the second spot for your scopos. You could leave it up over here and meander this way, or you could just put it in this room somewhere and hope that they don't like roam clear and find it. You could just put it back here or something. But there is, let me find it. I think it's just right along this whole wall. There's a lot of vert. You'll have 2 impacts on Scopus, so you can just open this up super quickly once you swap out. And this will, let's see here. Yeah, you can watch site door right here, and you can watch site door right, where is it? Maybe I'm lost. Right there. You can watch that right there into toxin. Is that door. So if you just open up this area, then obviously you can back out really quick. They'll bait into like taking all this, and they'll be like, let's hit it fast. And then you can just be holding up here and waiting for your free kills. So there's a good area to swap to. It really catches them off guard. Even if they clear up top, or they know they have a Scopos and they know you put it up here, they're still going to have to waste time coming up here and get it, and you're still just falling off and playing your life anyways. The Scopos is a really nice option. Maybe you get a freebie off of this. But even if you don't have your Scopos to swap to because they come up and clear it, obviously they have to do that, and that takes time. So just them coming up here and trying to clear it takes time. So they'll just stall for time with that. Yeah, but obviously there's a site walking right there, and then there's the toxin walking right there. You might, yeah, there's the side door right here that you could just like punch right here with your melee. You can watch the side door like that. So just play the vert here. If you swap out, that's pretty much what you're doing. Is you just have your Scopos on this side, quickly stall for time, and then get out. Try and come up here, like swap to your Scopos up here, and get a free pick or stall for time through this. And then, obviously, if they're pressing it really hard and they get past your vert, then you just swap back. Once you like back up as Scopos, I would maybe end up put your Scopos like right here. Just so you can like swap and you are in between both bomb sites, so you can help wherever is needed and cut angles off. So that is what I'd be going for and trying to do. But just to recap everything, you have your smoke on the stairs, you have your Azami right up here in armory, you're gonna have a Goyo in charge of like lab support and stock room. And then you're gonna have a missile player. Bandit shotgun is probably the best thing to run here. And then you're going to have your Scopo stalling for time, and they can swap to up top and play the bird. Most people will not be ready for Scopos. Like, I mean, like, trying and attack this. You have so many angles already, you're not going to be like, oh, the vert. So you can probably get a free kill here. Same with this. I mean, like, that's the last spot they're going to be looking. They're going to be worried about over here, the rotate, and then, like, all the angles inside when they walk in. So you should be able to pick up free kills off the Scopos in there. Once you get, like, one kill, you get to just swap out. It'll kind of scare him a lot. You swap back, you can apply pressure over here, and they're like, oh, he's back in sight. You could just go back and forth and fuck with them. So that is what I do for the basement. Again, just peel off up top. You have your two site players, and then you have your Scopos kind of swapping back and forth. So that is what I do.